Hello, welcome to today's video. Well, as you can see, I am staffing the Sheffield Maker Shop again. And if you don't know what this is, or if you don't know who I am, and if you're new, hello, I'm Emma, I'm an illustrator in Sheffield. And some of my work is stocked in the Sheffield Makers Winter Garden Shop. And, I've already noticed a bauble's gone. So in yesterday's video, we made some more of these. These are left over from last year. So the sooner I can get those finished, the better. I'm in a bit early. I'm just going to very quickly make a cuppa, get all my morning shop things done. And when we're here in the Sheffield Maker Shop, once I've got all of my shoppy bits done, and in between serving customers, I do like to draw people because there's a cafe just outside. So we're going to get some drawing done today, hopefully. Finally, there are people at the cafe outside. Unfortunately, they're all pointing in a different direction to the way I am. But I've got my pencils, I've got my sketchbook. I'm just going to draw what I see. It's all good practice, and then hopefully there'll be some delicious faces pointing my way soon. So let's get cracking. Everyone seems to be facing out of the window. There must be something going on. Most people at least face the plants so I can see them. Anyway, it's fine. I've managed to get a couple of people. This was my warm-up sketch. If you've watched me before, you'll have heard me talk about pancakes. Now, sketching is like making pancakes. If you've ever made pancakes, you will know that your first few pancakes never look like pancakes. I don't want to labour the point too much because people who've watched this channel for a long time will have heard me say this a lot. Treat your first sketches like you would treat your first pancakes. If you stop after your first sketch and you're disheartened because it doesn't look like what you're drawing, then you're always going to be stuck in that zone. You need to get a few drawings out of the way to get your eye in, get your hand-eye coordination in, just get into the zone. Anyway, so the only person who is facing my way is a young child. So I took this as my opportunity to practice drawing people who are under the age of 40. And this is the young girl that I got. I don't know. I need to practice. She looks sometimes 5 and sometimes 50, so more practice needed. In fact, I had a great question from one of my patrons all about the pencils and the colour choices that I make when I'm doing sketching. So, let's make sure no one's coming in now. So it's from KJ, and they say, how do you choose the colour pencil that you'll be drawing with a certain time or with a certain subject? Is there any method, or is it just what you feel like? That is a great question, KJ. So let me sit down on this incredibly high seat, and then I'll answer it. So when I'm sketching in my sketchbooks, if I'm doing observational sketching, you might have noticed that I choose one colour, or if I'm drawing a few people, I'll draw each person in its own colour, in their own colour. Usually it's just what I fancy drawing with on that day. So I've got a roll of pencils here, and they're just pencils that I have decided I like through trial and error. So I'll choose one of those. Sometimes if the scene is like particularly bright and sunny, I might choose yellows and oranges. If they're wearing blues and greys, I might choose blues and greys. But I mean, I hold that lightly. I don't let that dictate. I basically just choose whatever I fancy. And that's if I'm just doing sketching. I'll tend to just use one colour, and it's usually just something that I fancy. But if I'm doing a more finished piece with more colours, the colours that I use will be dictated by my experiences that I've had in these places, in these sketches. So even though I only use one colour in these sketches, so my daily sketchbooking, where I'm just drawing in one colour, really helps me to pick a kind of colour palette. So rather than just using any green or any red, I've got my select greens that I like using and my select reds that I like using. So the daily sketching feeds into my finished illustrations because it helps me pick the colours that I like, if that makes sense. But usually if I'm just sketching people, I will just choose any colour or the colour that I think suits them. I hope that helps. If you've got any more detailed questions about that, let me know in the comments and I will try and answer them. I've just been having a little look on Instagram, as you do when it's quiet, and Folktale Week starts tomorrow, and I've only done 2 out of the 7 prompts. So I guess you know what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm going to be trying to do the first prompt. I'm going to hold it lightly though, this whole Folktale Week thing. I've got 2 done already. If I end up just posting 2, that's fine. I was using it as an opportunity to practice drawing finished things, and I've practiced with a couple, which is great. But yeah, tomorrow I will be working on the first prompt, which I think is the prompt of either lost or found. Lost, I think. then. Hi, boy, oh my boy. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, this boy. He's such a good boy. Yes, he is. Boop, boop. I'm home, and like a dutiful little vlogger, I'm coming up here first to edit this video for you. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed it. So tomorrow we're doing Folktale Week, because apparently 2 weeks has flown by without me knowing what was going on. So yeah, thanks for joining me today. I'm gonna head off, edit this video, and I'll see you in the next one.